Hello friends, this is Amit, your mentor at mentorbuddy.com. Here we are discussing a question based on pie charts. So let's quickly see a question. Okay, so here you can see two pie charts have been given. One is showing imports to India in year 2000-2001, right? And other is showing export from India in 2000-2001, and both the values have been given in $1,000,000, right? And different companies, the different countries have been given that from which the import has been done and to which the export has been done. The countries are like USA, Europe, Asia, UK, Russia, Japan and others, and all the countries have been denoted with different colors, right? And also this whole pie chart has been divided in percentages. I mean, the total circle contains 100% of the import, right, which has been further divided into different percentage. For example, that USA is how much? It is 35%, right, like this, and Japan is 15%. It means that, what does it mean by 15%? It means that imports to India in 2000-2001 is in total, it is how much? This is $52,045 million. Out of this $52,045 million, 15% amount is the import from Japan itself. I mean, from the Japan, how much import is done? If we will calculate 15% of this value, then we will get the 15%, that is the import from Japan. Similarly, this export chart has been given, which has been distributed in percentages, right? And the total amount is given as 42,687. Now based on these two charts, a question is asked, that is, what was the trade deficit with Japan for the year 2000-2001? So what is trade deficit? Here it is given, trade deficit is equals to imports minus exports. I mean, first we will calculate the import. See, both the charts have been given for 2000 and 2001, right? One is import and another is export. What we need to do, we need to first calculate how much import has been done from Japan, and then we need to calculate from this chart that how much export has been done to Japan, right? And then when we'll subtract export from imports, we'll get our trade deficit amount. And that, okay, so let's quickly come to the solution and let's try to solve this question. Okay, so how to solve it? You just need to find out the percentages, that's it, right? Okay, so we can see that first we need to find out the import. So import is how much for Japan? It is given as 15%. So 15% of this total import. So 15% of total import we will find out. Import for Japan, right? Import value for Japan we need to find out, right? That will be equivalent to 15% of value is 52,045, right? So we will calculate it. It will come out to be that is 5. We can or we can directly solve. I mean, we can keep this 100 as it is and we can multiply it, and then we can place a decimal point in the last. We can do it like that as well, right? So what we'll do, 15 into 5 is 75, carry is 7, 15 into 4 is 60, and 7, it will become 67, right? 6 is there, 15, so into 0 is 0 and 6 is there, right? 15 into 2 is 30 and we'll keep 3 as the carry. 15 into 5 75 and 3 78, and it is divided by 100, so we'll place a decimal point here. So it became 7806.75, right? Now we need to find the export to Japan, right? Export value we need to find to Japan, right? Export to Japan is how much? That is 5% of this value, total export. So 5% of total export will be 5 divided by 100 multiplied by 42687, right? We can solve it, we can directly multiply it. So it will become how much? 7 into 5 is 35, carry is 3, 8 into 5 is 43, so 4 is the carry, 6 into 5 is 30 and 4 34, carry 3, so 5 into 2 is 10 and 3 13, carry 1, 5 into 4 is 20 and 1 21, and divided by 100, so we need to place a decimal point here. Okay, so approximate value, we can see that these are in $1,000,000. So it is 7806 is the import in $1,000,000, right? This amount in $1,000,000, right? $1,000,000 it is coming out, right? Similarly, $1,000,000 this amount is coming. So trade deficit, we know what is trade deficit, import minus export. So find the trade deficit. Trade deficit will be how much? Trade deficit will be equivalent to import when export is subtracted from import, right? So the value of import is 7806, right? And approximate we are calculating, right? And export, value of export is 2134. Clear? So we need to subtract it. So how much we will get? Finally we will get it as you can write it here, that is 6 minus 4 is 2, right? And then from 0 it can't be subtracted, so we need to take a carry. So we'll take a carry from here, that is 10. So 10 minus 3 is 7, right? And from 7 minus 1 is 6, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So this is coming out to be $5,672 million. So this is the required thing which we need, trade deficit. Okay, so we can see 4 options, but since we have calculated this in $1,000,000 and the options have been given in billions, right? Option has been given, instead of $1,000,000 it has been given in billion. So we should know that 1 billion is equivalent to 1000 million, right? 1 billion is equal to 1000 millions. So if we need to calculate, if we need to convert millions into the billions, we need to divide this value $1,000,000 by 1000. So if we'll divide this by 1000, it will become how much? 5.672 billion, right? It will become 5.672 billion, and that is option A is the correct one. Okay, if we are talking about in billions. Hope you have understood it. Thank you everyone. Happy learning.